Alright, welcome to Jackass Park, the park I made that's way too big to capture any good footage in because it's really laggy anytime there's guests running around. So I'm going to pause the game so it runs much smoother to look around this park. First off, right at the gate, we've got a gigantic out and back, shuttle loop coaster that does a 0G roll in a loop and then just sort of comes up and back. Got a junior coaster just built all around a mountain. Got this stupid thing that nobody ever rides down here. Got a log flume crammed into a little narrow valley. Got a coaster going through the middle of a giant Ferris wheel. We'll get back to that. There's a real coaster that does this in Japan. And this looks pretty much the same except this coaster's going through it's different. Crappy mine train coaster. Not very good flying turns bobsled coaster. And here's my coaster that I just keep rebuilding over and over again. Red Venom. Goes up, drops straight down across the pond. Gigantic double loop. Back across. Huge hill. Huge banked turn, up through a loop, down around some hills, second lift hill here going down into a 90-degree turn across a pond, looping around, roll back over the middle here, and finally through a loop-de-loop. Not a very good design, kind of a huge mess. Who cares? These I'm going to make a separate video for in a park where I can actually show them because they're actually good. Got this launch coaster here. It launches up through the Ferris wheel, then falls directly off the cliff. Loops around, goes down to here. Check out this, 6 frames a second rendering. Got this ridiculous flying coaster that I said, hey, let's wind it down through a valley and go around every large pole I've put in this valley, like this big, stupid launch freefall coaster that goes all the way underground and shoots up out of nowhere. Some stupid, regular, old, boring inverted coaster on the hill here that swings around. Just goes straight into a drop, into a 0G roll, into speeding along the ground at like 80 miles an hour. Ferris wheels count as large poles to go up and around. Stupid inversions. Pretzel loop. Stupid stuff. Gets down around to my favorite inversion on this coaster. I always try to do something, when I'm making designs, I'm always looking to do like one weird custom inversion. And this one starts going up into a turn, turns over, and just sort of keeps turning over, and you finish the turn upside down, and then finish the barrel roll. And lastly, this coaster is really, really awful. So we've got basically the start of Top Thrill Dragster here. And by awful, I mean awesome, but, call it hoomst. Start a Top Thrill Dragster. You go up to the top, over the top, but instead of just going right back down, I thought, what if we went up another hill after that? So they go up over the top at 5 frames a second, goes way the hell down, going at about, hits quite a lot of G's there, then goes up another hill, upside down, once is not enough, goes around this loop, upside down again. Live statistics, goes barreling down there, gigantic airtime hill. Just overbank turn at 200 feet in the air or whatever. A sickening barrel roll through the bottom of this. And just some more turbo large hills into a long overbank turn to end the ride. Now let's look at the let's visualize the heat maps on here. For excitement, live data, no, previous run data. I like the heat maps feature. You can tell it's like, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 through all this part, 8s, 10s. Very, very high excitement. Which sounds like a great design. Until we then also want to look at the nausea this is causing. Which is actually not that bad. But then you look at speed, and you're doing over 100 miles an hour at the bottom of most of these hills, so it's no surprise that vertical G-force is rather insane. Just, for a period of several seconds hold 5 G's of gravity. That's not very comfortable. And even higher pip there. It's just constantly putting you in 3 to 4 positive vertical G's. The airtime hills, on the other hand, are pretty good. Like floater airtime rather than ejector airtime, but I mean, vertical G's is just be very uncomfortable. That being said, this design is not that terrible. It's like, you could get people to actually ride this. It would just be so ridiculously overtuned to actually build this that no one ever would. Like, it's not murderous G-forces, just very intense. It's like the first hill of Intimidator, of the real coaster Intimidator, but do that several times. It would not be a popular ride. Anyway, I'll make a separate video where I can actually show things to show these 2 actually good coasters over here. And also the wooden one in the middle that's not very good.